When honesty is lost. Signs of the last hour from the Hadith, part 15 of 16, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on November 14th, 2021.
Ngắm nhìn dung ánh của chàng, ai hay ta đã cách ngàn dặm xa. Chàng ơi đã có cùng ta vòng tay một thuở thân ngà ấp yêu.
Long time ago, I remember in America, maybe 100 years ago, they forbid alcohol.
Yes, Master. Yes.
And to brew alcoholic drinks was an offense that they would go to jail and all that. And then suddenly it's all free.
Mm.
Just like in some countries now, drugs are illegal.
Yes.
Not just marijuana, other things.
Yes.
Cocaine and all that. Hard drugs, they're all legal. And they say maybe do that so people don't get sick. Don't have to hide and get sick because of bad needles and all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah, make it so people feel less tempted. Like using reverse psychology.
All right. Yes.
Like when you tell them don't, they will do it.
Yeah. All right. Yes.
And then you let them, then they probably will think about it and decide that it's not interesting anymore because there's no tang of the forbidden things, no kick. You see? They don't get a kick out of that because it's not forbidden anymore. For example, like that. So they thought they use this reverse psychology.
Yes,
So to let people free to have drugs and all that stuff. Ever since they let alcoholic drinks become legal, how many millions of people die or not sick, or how many trillions of dollars have been spent on related damage because of alcohol. It's a big mistake. And they're doing it with drugs now, as if alcohol is not killing enough and not damaging our generations enough, or not ruining countries' moral standards enough.
Right.
When they drink, they do all the things.
Yes.
Not just getting drunk, but they do all the bad things, quarreling and then killing and molesting people, all kinds of things that happen when they're drunk.
Yes, Master.
Not like dead drunk to drop dead on the street or soon out, but just like drunk, but not completely yet. And then they will do many bad things.
Yes, Master.
So a few years ago, I started to get interested in the relative harms of drugs. Why are some drugs legal, some drugs illegal? And we pulled together an expert panel, and we used this new technique called multi-criteria decision analysis. And that looks at all the kinds of harms that a drug can do, from whether it can kill you when you take it, to whether it actually causes environmental problems. We discovered there were 16 separate harms, and we ranked all the drugs on those harms, and then we weighted the harms. And amazingly, out of that, to my surprise, alcohol came top. Alcohol was the most harmful drug in the UK. And when you look at the reasons for that, you see it's because the social harms of alcohol are so enormous. The harms due to health costs, due to road traffic accidents, due to violence in the streets, domestic violence, those are the ones that make alcohol in the UK the most harmful drug.
One of the untold stories of alcohol-fueled violence is the devastating impact it has on medical staff.
He says treating more young patients suffering the impact of alcohol-fueled violence is taking its toll.
It's a devastating injury, not only for the family but also for the staff who are looking after them. It's extremely difficult. And I think part of that is having children yourself. Mate, you sort of see the senseless violence of it all. It almost gets to the point where it's a Groundhog Day for us. Every time we're on call, we're seeing males and head injuries related to violence. And the underlying sort of common denominator is the alcohol with it.
Taunton police say the 42-year-old man struck a pedestrian on Main Street Tuesday evening. Escobar then drove off and collided with multiple other vehicles on Summer Street, causing his vehicle to tip over. The victim, 59-year-old Lisa Rocha, later died at the hospital. Prosecutors say Escobar had taken opiates, smoked marijuana, and had 2 shots of whiskey before getting behind the wheel.
The top of his head hit the cab of the truck where it meets the windshield, and I was told by the medical examiner that he pretty much died instantly. His blood alcohol was twice the legal limit, so he shouldn't have been driving. Never thought I'd have to write one of my kids' obituaries.
Alcohol is a very bad drug for violence. 50% of people who are murdered are drunk, and 50% of the people who murder them are drunk. And that's true for almost every violent crime. In fact, if you eliminated alcohol, you'd eliminate most interpersonal violence.
Number 4, there will be prevalence of open illegal sexual intercourse. That you know already, right?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Yes,
Even open brothels, legal and encouraged everywhere. Even in a Buddhist country like Thailand, they condone prostitution. It is not like illegal there.
Yes, Master.
That's why it is one of the very most visited countries of all that. Because they can find brothels everywhere, privately or openly or personally also.
Yes, Master. Yes.
Under the table and all that. And they are as respected as the teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, people don't look down upon prostitute girls because they take it for granted. That's normal like that already.
Yes, Master.
It's not like in the old times people look down upon them. And it was rare, not easy to find. But here, nowadays, it's all very common.
Yes.
Many other things also happen in a sexual direction. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, had already predicted our doom time.
Yes, Master.
So right now it looks like the doom time is upon us.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
It's very clear.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why we have so much death from all different causes, like even war, killing each other, or the big oppress the small, like big nations oppress small nations.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Flexing muscles just to threaten the weaker ones
Yes, Master.
and smaller ones and the innocent ones. Even they're not having anything to do with you. They don't provoke you. They don't do anything wrong to you. Still want to go and take their land, making whatever lame or stupid or evil excuses. It's just downright bullying.
Right, Master.
And these are older people already, as old as they almost can go to the grave any time already. Still flexing muscles and threatening this country and that island and that nation.
Yes, Master.
Just because they are stronger, bigger, or more populated. Just like that. I think these older leaders, they should consider their time is numbered.
Yes, Master.
Not just to talk about our doom's time yet, but they're older. Most leaders, they're older.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
They should know better already, that they should retreat into themselves, even if they are politicians or whatever they are. They should know already their time is numbered. They should be more mellow,
Yes.
more religious, truly religious, more repentant, more thinking of their days ahead,
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
which is not a lot anymore. And where will they go after they leave this physical body? They should think about that and behave accordingly and seek solace in God, in Buddha, in Allah, and pray for their deliverance because they don't know if they die tomorrow.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, and go to hell, trying to oppress others or killing others or psychologically harming them,
Yes, Master.
threatening them. In Vietnam, we say một cái giá bằng ba cái đánh. Meaning, if you threaten somebody with your fist, it's as if you beat him 3 times already. Because he's scared.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We are not made up only with the flesh.
That's right.
We are made up with mental faculty and psychological aspect and spiritual aspect, also emotional aspect, mental aspect. So all this is working together to keep a person as a person alive.
Yes, Master.
And if you damage any of that, it's not well. Just like your car, even one flat tire, then the car is also in danger.
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
Endangers the driver and all who sit in that car. Even 1 or 2 screws loose also endanger them.
Yes, Master.
And the car cannot go the way it should go.
Yes, Master.
So the car is not only the car has people in it, lives in it, or cargoes, or goods, fragile goods, and all that.
Yes, Master.
So anything damaged within the framework of that car is no good.
Yes.
No good for the whole thing.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
For the car and the goods in it or the people in it.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
Maybe not completely die by accident or smaller accident, but wounded, injured, or scared,
Yes.
or thrown out. Similarly, if you threaten somebody or some country, some citizen of that country will feel scared, nervous, and they don't feel well. They cannot go about their business as well as if they are not scared or fearful, or they are fearful for their lives,
Yes.
Yes.
for their country, for the lives of their children, their friends, their loved ones. So that is not good behavior, not good action, not good deed.
Yes.
Yes.
Even if you have not bombed people yet, but you keep frightening them and you keep scaring them, threatening them, then it is as if you already did it.
Yes.
Just like the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us just the first couple of stanzas before, that even the one who got killed by the killer also goes to hell.
Yes.
Because in his defensive mind, he also wants to kill that person
Oh.
to save his life.
Yes,
Yes.
So
Understand.
both are guilty. See that? Both
Yes.
will go to hell. Just to kill one person or to think of wanting to kill that person, even in self-defense, still can go to hell. Imagine how we escape anything. Just like in the Kristigaba Sutra, the Bodhisattva Kristigaba told the Buddha, when the Buddha was
Yes.
discussing things with him just for the sake of the Buddha's disciple, not that the Buddha didn't know. Kristigaba, because he stayed in hell,
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
to help whomever he can in that hell. Just like many masters go into this world and try to help whomever they can, even though it's so difficult.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
So in hell, the Kristigaba Bodhisattva have maximum 4 or 5 at a time until these somehow liberated
Yes.
by any chance or some master help. Otherwise, he doesn't have the whole hell as disciples.
Yes.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Number one, they don't believe in him. Number two, they've been through pain. They're punished all day long, all day or night. How can they even have time to come to sit at the feet of the Bodhisattva Kristigaba?
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Understand.
Kristigaba Bodhisattva told Buddha that he observed in the whole Jambudvipa, meaning this world, Saha world, everyone is sinning every sana of a second, a fraction of a second, because they think, they act, and they move. Any movement, any action, any thought are all sinful. He said that. This word is like that. I read that to you guys some time before already.
Yes.
But because it's concerning this, so I repeat it again.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Maybe some of you did not hear it. I don't know. Not all of you always are with me or in retreat with me. And if you're outside, you don't always have time to read everything that I taught. And now if you're inside, you even have less time. The same with me, yeah? I thought before I go to my enlightenment method, and then I will rescue the world, yeah? Like, innocently, thinking so easy.
Yes,
And
Master.
then I will enjoy with them together, or then I can be free. No, I have less time now than when I was married and in the world, working.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Working and running the household at the same time. But now I'm more busy than that time.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.